Power in the underworld is not just about bloodshed or territory, it's about control. The most dangerous mafia bosses are not ghosts of the past, they're still here, still pulling the strings. Some operate in silence, untouchable and unseen. Others leave a trail of bodies as a reminder that their word is law. Whether ruling from prison, the streets or the shadows, these are the most powerful mafia bosses still active in 2025. Few men in organized crime command power without ever pulling a trigger. Semyon Mogilevich is one of them. He doesn't need street soldiers or drug corners. His empire moves through bank accounts, shell companies, and offshore transactions so complex that even governments struggle to trace them. From arms trafficking to money laundering, he's built a financial network that keeps his hands clean while others take the fall. If law enforcement thinks they have him cornered, he disappears behind a wall of legal protections. He doesn't just evade authorities, he plays them. Every attempt to dismantle his operation has failed because every piece of the puzzle leads to another dead end. Supposing an informant steps forward, they either recant or vanish before they ever see a courtroom. Mogilevich doesn't need to micromanage what he built. If his network faces disruption, it moves like clockwork, adjusting when needed, shifting when pressured, always one step ahead. Governments and law enforcement have thrown everything at it. Nothing has worked. Every time they shut down one operation, another takes its place. His men don't wait for orders. They already know what to do. Even if one of them falls, another rises to take his spot. The machine never stops. Supposing true power meant staying untouchable, then Domenico Cefalù has mastered it. He doesn't need to run. He doesn't need to hide. He's built his power on patience, watching and waiting while others fell around him. He learned from the old bosses, the ones who ruled with quiet authority instead of reckless violence. If he thought the Gambino crime family was finished, Cefalù proved otherwise. He took control without a bloody war, without making a spectacle. That's how real power works. It's not about making people fear you, it's about making sure they know their place. Actually, Cefalù doesn't make headlines. He doesn't leave trails. He doesn't have to. His influence runs through the streets of New York like an unspoken law, pulling strings in construction, unions, and narcotics. His orders are passed through trusted men, never spoken where the wrong ears might listen. If someone betrays him, the lesson is swift and silent. No outbursts, no theatrics, just a problem quietly disappearing. Supposing anyone believes he's just another old man waiting out his days, they're not paying attention. His power is stronger than ever. His men are everywhere, keeping the family's grip firm, ensuring business moves without interruptions. Even if law enforcement watches, even if rivals whisper, it doesn't matter. Cefalù built his empire on knowing who to trust, who to control, and when to disappear. Unless something drastic changes, he'll keep doing what he does best, ruling without ever needing to be seen. No conversation about underworld power is complete without Eugene Big U Henley, a man who mastered both violence and influence to stay on top. He made his name in the streets, rising through the ranks of the rolling 60s, but he never stayed trapped in the past. If you thought the Crips were just about gang wars, Henley proved otherwise. He moved beyond the streets, embedding himself in music, business, and politics, turning influence into currency. The industry respects him, the streets fear him. In case someone owes him a favor, they never forget their debt. If you're not in his inner circle, you never know which version of Henley you're dealing with. Power like that doesn't come without enemies. Some see him as a businessman, others call him something worse. Federal agents have been watching for years, building cases and collecting names. Even if he plays it clean in public, the streets tell a different story. Even if the law ever gets close enough to take him down, it will not be easy. His influence runs deep, and his reach is longer than most understand. The Crips aren't just a gang, they're a network, and provided that Henley remains at the center of it, his power will not fade. Just like Los Angeles, Philadelphia has its own power players. Philadelphia has never been a city for the weak. It belongs to those people who know how to hold it, and Joey Molino never let go. He spent decades in and out of prison, dodging indictments and outmaneuvering rivals who thought his time was up. If you thought moving to Florida softened him, you don't understand how men like Molino operate. He's still in the game, still pulling strings, still the kind of man whose name opens doors and closes others permanently. He walks through high-end restaurants and country clubs as he belongs, but his influence still runs through the backrooms of South Philly. The people who matter know his reach, and they know better than to cross him. Even if he keeps a low profile these days, the feds are still watching. They've tried to pin everything from gambling rings to extortion on him, but Molino has a habit of slipping through the cracks. In case he can't beat a charge, he serves time and comes back like he never left. Some think he's finished, settling into the life of a former boss. Others know better. His reach is long, his connections deep, and in Philadelphia, there are still those who wait for his word before making a move. Unless someone puts an end to it, Molino will keep running his piece of the world the same way he always has, by staying 2 steps ahead. Molino knows how to disappear when necessary, but in a world of organized crime, no one has perfected vanishing like Jos Leidekkers. He's not the kind of boss you meet in the back of a restaurant. There are no grainy surveillance photos, no late-night arrests. Authorities call him Bold Jos, Fat Jos, but no one has seen him in years. If you thought the cocaine trade was controlled by cartels, think again. Leidekkers moves product through Europe like a ghost, untouched, unseen. Rotterdam, Antwerp, Madrid, his shipments slide past customs like they were never there. Supposing an informant dares to talk, they don't talk for long. He runs his empire from the shadows, laundering money through gold markets, burying evidence where no one can dig it up. No one knows where Leidekkers is, but his presence is everywhere. His name floats through ports, whispered between dock workers who know better than to ask questions. As long as shipments move and payments clear, the flow's never disrupted. His fortune is built on silence. If a man talks, he doesn't talk twice. Law enforcement has his face on wanted lists, but a name on paper means nothing if you can't put cuffs on the man. He neither flashes wealth nor shows off his riches. He understands that survival is not about being invisible, but about being untouchable. Provided that his foundation remains intact, Leidekkers will always evade those who pursue him. When it comes to mafia power, Dawood Ibrahim is the cornerstone. His name is a marker of fear and dominance in every illicit transaction. He's not set foot in India for decades, but no one forgets him. His network still breathes through the city's docks, its nightclubs and betting syndicates. If a politician folds overnight, if a cargo ship suddenly vanishes from records, if a man wakes up to find himself in debt to the wrong people, there's a chance the order traces back to him. The empire he built through D Company doesn't stop moving. It's not just a network, it's a current shifting through South Asia, the Middle East and beyond. In Mumbai, men collect debts in his name. In Dubai, shipments slip through customs untouched. His influence isn't spoken about openly, but in certain rooms, his name is never far from the conversation. His reach is more than street crime. Arms deals brokered in the desert, narcotics moving under the cover of legitimate shipments, silent agreements that decide who lives and who disappears. Even though Pakistan denies harboring him, the whispers say otherwise. Karachi, Dubai, Muscat. If the rumors are true, he's everywhere and nowhere at once. If you want to find him, follow the money. Casinos, real estate and offshore accounts under names that don't exist. Unless something pulls him into the light, he'll keep running his empire the way he always has, through shadows and silence. Who do you think truly holds the title of the most powerful mob boss?